Hi, John Burley here. I am massively excited. We've got a wonderful event coming up January 28th and 29th. It's in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's called the Missing Link. And what it does is it really looks at the huge things that are missing from real estate investing that nobody's seeing and nobody's doing it. You know, before we do this, I just want to say that I have an immense amount of gratitude. A few months ago, I was honored and received a very prestigious award for lifetime achievement as an educator in real estate. I got the award that day with Al Lowry, and the year before Robert Allen had gotten it. And some of the great fathers and founders in our business received that award. I felt very honored and blessed to receive it. I was actually very surprised that I got it. And you know, one thing that made me reflect on is that I am so grateful for what I've learned from my teachers. You know, Al Lowry, Bob Allen, I could go down the list all day long. I've had so many great teachers, as have you. And one thing that I found in the early 90s is that as great as the teaching and the education was, there was something missing. In other words, it was very hard to take, maybe you could relate, to take the information, the great content that you received, and I know many of you invested in great content, to take that great content and move it into money in my pocket. It didn't happen quick enough. And when I look at it, as I look at this and reflect on the changes I made to make the business work for me in a unique manner that you guys know is just unprecedented, is I thought, what did I do different? And the first things I did is very early in my career, I realized that there was a flaw in the system. There wasn't a flaw in the techniques that you learned. I mean, there's some amazing techniques that people have learned and taught over the years that I've benefited from. But there was a flaw in the whole system. You see, real estate investing is a business. And most people don't teach it as a business. So imagine just for a minute, play with me, okay? Imagine for a moment that I was going to talk to you about a franchise opportunity. It was a one-time fee with no ongoing. And it was, you know, $1,000. And here's how it works. You're going to pay us $1,000. You're going to get the content. You're going to get your business in a box, your kit. You're going to go home and do it. And, you know, we all say it's 10 to 15 hours a week. Reality, it's maybe 5. And you're going to go out and work. And you're going to receive absolutely no money for 3 to 9 months. Who wants to buy my franchise? Well, most of you would look and shake your head and go, this guy's crazy. I'm not giving him money to do this franchise, especially if the franchise was $5,000 or $25,000. That's the model that we're taught in real estate investing. We're taught that we're supposed to take a technique, go out there with no money, no credit, no ability to really buy, try and put things together and work really hard, and if it all works out, we'll get a check. And the reality is, with all the different systems out there, it's 90 days to 9 months, in most cases 6 months to 9 months before the average student who really goes out and works hard gets a check. Yes, there's always the exception. You know, if you get thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people do it, some people get a check in a month and that's the one they brag about. But the reality is it's sticking it out. So let me ask you, how hard is it for you to stick it out for 3, 4, 5, 6 months without getting a check? Okay, then how hard is it to get your significant other to come on board with it? I know for me it was tough. Is it for you too? So the big missing link is that it's not a functioning business model. Functioning business model, you've got a short-term ramp-up phase where you put some capital into your inventory, you put some capital into your education, and then within a very short period of time you get a check. And what do I mean? Reality, 30 to 60 days you should be monetized, you should be getting income. So that's really missing in the real estate investing model. It's not being run as a business, it's not being taught as a business, and to me it's a fundamental flaw. It's why my students have such incredible success compared to the industry. The next thing we look at is all the real estate techniques out there, virtually all of them are teaching you to put the cart before the horse. Now we've all heard the old saying, you don't put the cart before the horse. What do I mean by this? They're teaching you that what you want to do, and this we're going to teach you how to break these things in January 20th and 29th in Phoenix at the event. They're teaching you that what you want to do is go out and find a deal, right? That's all they focus on. Get a deal, get a deal, get a deal. And then once you find the deal, you'll find the money, or we'll maybe provide money, or we'll show you where money is, or we'll give you lists of people who have money who might do deals, and they've all got these lists of stuff. But the reality is, that is not a business. Show me the business where it's, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go try and get product with no money, and then hope someone will buy it. That's not a good business plan. Again, I'm not buying that franchise. Putting the cart before the horse doesn't work. So the missing link is that, you know, you've got education and you've got money that you want, and then there's real estate in between. And so what they've been teaching us is education, real estate, and money, and that's wrong. It's education, money, then real estate. So you have to have the money first. Now, I come from a financial planning background. Most of you guys know this. I ran a boutique financial planning firm. I had my own brokerage. And the business model of financial planning was an excellent one, because here's how this works. Every time you bring money in, you get a check. You get a fee or commission. And, well, that's kind of radical. I don't know about this. Well, accountants get paid first, bookkeepers get paid first, real estate agents get paid first, financial planners get paid first, financial advisors get paid first, stockbrokers get paid first, people who run hedge funds get paid first, securities, derivatives, futures, FX, everybody in the finance industry gets paid first, except for little teeny real estate investors who weren't taught to run it like a business. I changed all that and have for years and years and years, and my students' numbers profess to how well it works. What we do is we teach you first step, get education, second step, get money, then real estate. See, most of you are out there looking for the needle in the haystack, trying to get real estate agents to help you get deals when you have no money. I wouldn't help you, would you? The missing link is you need the money. So what we focus on, the first thing we focus on is meeting the missing link, getting the money. We teach you exactly how to get private money investors. We teach you exactly what to say, the exact emotional needs, the exact script, and you're going to learn stuff in Phoenix that'll blow your mind. Like, the rate of return is not even in the top 5 of most people's decision-making process on investing with you. Did you know that? It's not in the top 5, if that's what everybody else tells you to do. Rate of return, rate of return, rate of return. How's it working? We teach you how to get through call reluctance and contact people. We teach you when you contact people to identify who they are, and we've got 4 one-paragraph scripts that knock it out of the park for getting appointments. Go present. We show you exactly how to present. We're going to teach you that all in Phoenix. The missing link is we have to have a business plan. It's a business. Stop thinking this is a hobby. It's not. Stop thinking it's an investment. This is not. We are not buying a share of IBM. So we've got to have a business model that puts money in our pocket first. And what we do is my students and I, we get $10,000 per property every time. And I could go through a list over and over and run through you so many people. A couple guys, Rich and Dan up in Idaho. In 1 year, they got over 20 people to come on for properties. Each property came with a $10,000 fee. Yeah, you've done the math. That's $200 grand. Cash upfront fees. See, we took on the model of financial planning. Charge a fee up front. That's what all professionals do, but the real estate investors who weren't trained a business model. That make sense? So the missing link is get the education from someone like me. Then get the money. Then go buy real estate. And imagine what it's like going to buy real estate. Not, well, I've got this phony letter that says I've been pre-approved. Not that, well, I think my brother-in-law will do part of the down payment. My uncle will do the other part of the down payment. And then my nephew's got a friend who will sign for the loan, trying to put it together. Or I've got transactional funding that may or may not work out, but it's all going to happen in 1 or 2 days. All these crazy scenarios, which can work. But man, they're hard. Don't make it hard. Get the money first. When you get the money, normal time frame, reality, 30 to 60 days. You get the money, you get the check, you put the check in your pocket, the $10,000 fee is yours to keep. Up front, fully disclosed, we show you exactly how to do it. So that's the first missing link. Having the money changes everything. Now when you go to real estate agents, you go to real estate agents like, hi, I'd like to buy a property, I'd like to get a really good deal. Oh, by the way, I'll be paying cash. Yeah, I have the money in the bank account to write a check to buy the property for cash. Whole different scenario working with agents. Can you see that? So this is the business model. Normal businesses, they get the capital they need, the money they need for the business to work. They don't go out there and try and finagle their way into some inventory and then hope money shows up. Any business that does that fails. That's why most real estate investors, bottom line, fail dramatically. So we're going to simplify it for you. We're going to bring the money to you. We're going to show you how to get the money and exactly how to do it. We're going to cover all that at the event, January 28th, 29th, give you all those steps. Is that cool? Okay, there's more. The second missing link is that I really see in this market is what money people are doing on the back end is not what you want to do. Look, across the country, prices right now are lower than they've been in 10 to 20 years. And what you need to do is you need to make sure you're getting your piece of that. It is not the time, my friend, to be flipping. It is not the time to be assigning. It is not the time to be doing transactional funding. It's the time to be owning. Okay? Now is when you get rich from owning. Look, I flipped before too. You want to know why I flipped? I didn't know how to get money up front, and I needed money to cover my bills and eat. I've been there. What we teach you to do is draw $10,000 up front every transaction. If you have $10,000, you don't need to flip. And then you, on a joint venture, have half the profits and half the backside. So literally our numbers, and we'll show you in Phoenix, what we do is we take a property that we're into for about $60,000 and we turn it into $100,000 for my investment partner and $100,000 for me over a period of time off a $60,000 purchase. We bought well, no question about it. But we're making massive money because we're owning it, we're holding it for the long term. That's what you want to do. And here's the thing. Let's compare markets. Two markets we'll look at. The big crash in the early 30s. You know, the 29, early 30s. The market didn't rebound until there was financing available. And you know, back then the unprecedented financing was the FHA, which went into effect in 33, 34. And that back then was basically, they didn't have FICO scores then, they didn't have credit reports, that stuff didn't exist yet. It was basically almost everybody could get what in effect today would be owner financing. The difference was back then the owner was Uncle Sam. And they gave people long-term financing to own, and boom, 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 that started to change. See, because even after the Great Depression, even today, the American dream is still the American dream. It's to own your own home. That's what most people want, is to own their own home. And that's being completely missed. People are screaming for it and they can't get it. In the early 90s, coming out of the last big crash in the 80s, late 80s, 90, 91, one of the big moving drivings of that was owner financing. This time it wasn't done by the government. It's like today, the government's not fixing it. You know, we had to fix it. So we as investors, and I personally gave out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties where I owner finance. I got a higher monthly, they stayed long term, they took care of the house, I made more money, and they got a home and they made money. Worked for everybody. So, the first missing link is what we're going to do. We're going to monetize right away. We're going to have an actual business plan for you that you can do in 2, 3, 4 hours a week. It's not 10 or 15 hours, let's just tell the truth. A couple hours a week. 30 to 60 days, you will ka-ching, cash a check for $10,000. And then be on your way to buy. And then when you get the property, the model we'll be teaching you, the second half of this event, the missing link, is doing the missing link on your exit strategy. Giving people what they want. Look, it's not like there's a gazillion people going, yeah, hi, I mean, I've got perfect credit and a whole bunch of money in the bank. I'm looking to buy houses for cash for retail. I'm looking to buy houses for retail and I've got perfect credit and get a loan. Look, that's not what people are saying. You got to read the market. What the market is saying, we are broke. We want to own, but we can't. We have a few thousand, not 20,000, not 50,000, not 100,000. We have a small yet reasonable down payment and bruised credit, but the ability to pay. Meet their need. Meet their need. That's the marketplace that everybody's missing. Now is the time to hold for years, not to flip. You draw the $10,000 up front, missing link, fix. You put somebody in for the long term, you now get cash flow, missing link, fix. You put together, you got a winner. We're going to teach you in the 2 days a valid business plan, a system in a box to be a successful real estate investor. But you have to get money first. Let's stop lying about it. Let's stop talking about do nothing down, do this and do that. That stuff all works, and I'm grateful I learned it. But it is not the primary mode to be buying in 2012. It is not. The market requires you come in with hard cash. I'm going to show you how to get boatloads of it. Every time you raise the cash, you'll be just like any other legitimate financial advisor in the world. You'll get a fee up front, $10,000 per property. And then on the back end, we're going to listen to what the market wants. What the market wants is to own. And that's where owner financing comes in. So we're going to take the missing links, we're going to put it together. All those things that weren't working are now going to work for you. That great education you have in the past, this is just going to magnify, pile it up, and multiply it for you. Because you learned a lot of good stuff, most of you. You just haven't put the missing links together. We're going to show you exactly how to do it, and that's what we've been doing. How fast does it work? I'm reminded of Brad Dager, lives up in Montana. Brad, within 6 months, did 5 deals, and got $50,000 in fees. How would that change your life if in the next 6 months you got $50,000 in fees? Plus 5 properties, all cash flowing, all with you getting the income stream from it and all you getting the back end. It's an amazing business. It's an amazing time to be in the business. But you got to act now. The window's closing, guys. In a lot of markets, prices are starting to go sideways and move up. You've got to act now. 2012 will be, in my opinion, the last great buying year that we're going to see for some time. As we move into 13 and 14, markets are going to normalize and stabilize. Prices are going to begin to go up. There'll be financing programs brought back. When those come back, prices go up again. Look, it's now. It's now. Come to the event, January 28th, 29th. The Missing Link. We will show you how to get the money. We're not stop pussyfooting around about get rich quick, magic wands. Here's a new secret way to do it. Look, there ain't a secret way to do it. What you need is a real business plan where you draw money up front. You get a fee like any normal business person does. Stop pretending you're not a business person. Stop running around with all these flaky programs that are taught all over the place. Get real, get solid, business plan. Bam! In concrete, great foundation. You raise money, you get money for you, $10,000 per property into your pocket. You then acquire the properties and then you give people what they want. Their own home where they give you an income stream for years and years and years. It's going to be a fantastic time. It's January 28th and 29th. It's the Missing Link. It's a one-time only event. Those of you that don't know me, I don't do the same events over and over and over and over again. I do this event once. It's January 28th, 29th. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. It's at the Embassy Suites. Gorgeous grounds. We've done many events there. I'm out there actively investing. I came back today from a house that we closed on today. So I'm out there actively investing. I'm going to show you exactly what works today in today's market. There'll be incredible content. We'll also have a field trip to my office so you can come to my bricks and mortars real estate company and see how our operation works. Ask all the questions you want. We open it up. You can see exactly what we do. I'm really, really excited about the event. I'm excited about you learning the Missing Link and learning how to take what you already know and make it become money and money now. We're going to fill in the gaps. We're going to provide the missing links. This is John Burley saying, I look forward to seeing you in January. Thank you, and God bless. Take care.